the segmented environment, please note that all address space reference requires two components. These two components are nothing but one is a segment specifier and second is location within the segment. Okay, so this is really very important. Now, if you look at the segmented address space, if you look at as a part of an hardware information, what we have understood that with every memory management there is a hardware is required. Say for example, single contiguous, we don't have any hardware. In case of from partition memory management, we have got an idea about bound registers. Then in case of relocation memory management, we have used bound registers also and relocation registers also. In case of memory management scheme, we have worked on page map tables. In case of defined page memory management, we have worked on page map tables, then file map tables, right? Those concepts we have seen now. So as part of hardware, those hardwares are being used. So if you look at the demand page memory management scheme, you have to use three tables like page map tables, memory block table, and file map tables. So in case of segmented memory management scheme, as far as user address space is concerned, or say segmented address space is concerned, one most important hardware which is coming into a picture is called as segment map table. Okay, so segment map table is used here in segmented memory management scheme, where the segmented address space can be implemented using the address manipulation hardware, which is similar to your demand page memory management mechanism, and that is called as segment map table. So if you look at the segment map table, the structure of the segment map table it contains 4 attributes now. In case of demand page memory management, we have got only 3 attributes. Okay, now here we have got 4 attributes. So first is size of the segment. Second, the axis of the segment. Third is status, means whether it is available or not, loaded or not, status, and the location from where it is loaded into a primary memory. Okay, say this is important. So now if you look at size, you will find that size is nothing but it is size of the segment. You can say this is size of segment. Okay, now if you look at the axis, you'll find that there are 3 attributed axes, right? So what are those axes? Means what writes that that particular segment is going to carry. Means if you look at that writes, means E stands for execute, E stands for execute write, then R stands for read, and W stands for write. Okay, read, write, executes. Okay, so whether you are allowing read, whether you are allowing execute, or whether you are allowing write. Okay, so that means what usually read, write operations are always on to a data segment, right? So you read it also, you write it also. Okay, onto a data segment. All your process segments are execute kind of segments. So means what you can easily understand, like, okay, which is the executable segments and which are nothing but the read write allowed segments. Okay, so that you need to understand. Okay, so this is the case. And the next is like if you look at the status, you'll find that status usually yes, no. Yes means S stands for it is in memory, and no stands for not in memory. Okay, so there are these two status: in memory, not in memory. Now, whereas if you look at this location, this is nothing but location of particular segment, uh, location of segment on primary memory, onto a primary memory. So which means that your picture will look like something in this way. Say for example, you have got one segment, says this is one segment, this is segment one. So we call this particular segment, we know that the main has a different representation, so this is main segment. And this is say the specifiers contains the information about 0 and say for example 160. So these are nothing but what this is required size. Okay, so this is 160 is the size. Then you have one segment that is called as all your subroutines segments. Okay, so this is going to be this particular segment. Okay, so this is say we refer it as 340 size, 340 key segment. Just I'm putting some random numbers here, so just to give you the details of this. So this is segment one, this is segment two, and then we have a segment A. So you can have a data segment here. Say for example, you have got an array, right? So this is array. So this is say we are going to have it from say 0 to say 100. So this is 100 size. Then we have got one more segment, workspace segment. You can have say of 60K. So this is 60. Now this particular part will reside on segmented address space. This is called as segmented address space. Address space. So this is particular part which we can say which will be on to your hard drive only. So this is called again, you can refer it as a user address space. You can say this is an user address space. Okay, once we have this, then we can go with a segment a map table. So like see how the segment map table is going to be. The segment map table is going to be a um, four attributed uh, table, four column structure you have, and that four column structure is like this. Okay, so you have got the size, then you have got access, status, and location. Okay, then this is going to be your primary memory. So this is going to be your primary memory. Okay, so and what we have understood that some part of primary memory is dedicated to the operating system. Then we have a different block of memories. Right? Say for example, this is free space, right? Let us have this space as free space. Okay. Then we have this. Then again we have got some space free. Then we have got this. Okay, say let us try to have this kind of mechanism. Right. So it's like free space we have. Okay. Right. So now we have got say this is 160 segments. So we will say that this is going to be here. Segment. This is 160. Access is right execute access. Status is it is into a primary memory, and that this stands with 4G0 here. So we'll say location is 400. Okay, 4000, which means that since this is of size 160, so this is ends with 4160. So here, so we can say that this is going to be into this particular location. Right. Yes. So this is in between this. So now let us look at this particular segment now. You are going to have this segment information here. You placed it here. So say for example, this 340 segment size segment, and since this contains say some block of functions altogether, and they are being called within the main, so these are having a separate information as discussed prior. So this is again having a right of execute. This is exists into memory, and then this is on to a certain location, say this particular location where it is, at this location it is. So we are going to write it like this. Okay, so this is and the size is 340. Say for example, if this starts with 300, so this is 3340. So this is going to be all your address space for that. Okay, then you have got one more here. So uh, you need read and write operation for this particular segment. So you can say means this is a data segment. So this is of 100 size. So you can say write it 100. You can say write information whether it is available into memory. Yes, it is available into memory. So we'll write it here. Say 3000. This is available here at this particular location. Say this particular location is uh, 3800, for example. This is, and this ends with 3900. Okay, so this is 3800. Okay, so at this particular location, this is going to be executed. Okay, so so this is here. So this read write operation is going to perform. It is allocated in the memory, and this like this. Okay, so this is going to be your physical memory. Physical memory. This is going to be your uh, segment map table. Segment map table. So you have only one map table into the system. So apart from this, as far as hardware is required, segment map table is used. So segment map table, if you look at this segment map table, it is only one per address space. This is only one per address space. This is one hardware. First hardware is this. Second hardware is unallocated area table. Okay, second information is unallocated area table. Okay, so which we can say that UAT, unallocated area table. So what this holds an information about the unallocated memory spaces. Okay, from where it begins and from where it ends. So UAT is that. So this is one incomplete system. This is one per system, right? This is one per address space. Okay, so this is important. Now third is you can have active reference table. Okay, so this is one per address space.
Excuse me, sir. Your voice is
Yes,
breaking, sir. We are not able to hear you
Yes, yes,
properly.
it will come. Huh? Okay, so this is active reference tables. This is one per address space. This is one per system, and this is one per address space. Okay, next is active segment table. Active segment table. Okay, so this is called as AST, active segment table. This table holds an information about the segment which is active, right? So this is one per system, or this is one per system. Okay, so there are four tables which are used here. One is segment map table, second is unallocated area table, active reference table, and active segment table. Unallocated area table contains the information about this memory spaces. Those are unallocated here. Okay. Now, as far as active reference tables are concerned, which is one in the system, and this particular table plays an important role uh, for maintaining the references of the active address spaces. Active segment table, which is one per system. Right. So these are the four hardware which are required for the segmented memory management scheme.